the career prospects of accountants today and how our participants today, the educators and counsellors, can help group future leaders in business and finance. So I'm very excited to welcome all our panelists today, very experienced professionals who are leaders in their own right. On my immediate left is the esteemed Encik Johan Idris, the President of the Malaysian Institute of Accountants. Johan is also the Managing Partner of KPMG. I'm sure you heard about the big four accounting firms, and KPMG is one of the global leading accounting firms. Seated next to him is my President, Datuk Mohd Zaiton Hassan, who heads the Advisory Committee for ACCA Malaysia. Datuk Zaiton sits on a number of boards, the very famous board of Sandabi, and she's also a CEO on her own, owning her own finance advisory firm. And this followed by Nuraini Ismail, the Vice President of Treasury at Petronas. Everybody knows Petronas, yeah? So all are accountants by training and now again very esteemed leaders in the organization. I have a pleasure of working with each one of them in my role as the head of ACCA Malaysia. So welcome to you again. Thank you, from both the organizations for taking time off your busy schedules to speak at this forum. I'm sure the audience are eagerly waiting to hear from you directly. So why don't you take a little bit of your time, instead of me introducing or reading out your CVs, to share about your professional background. Why? Tell us, why did you choose to start as a stepping stone, a career in accountancy? Let's start with Encik Johan.
Selamat pagi dan Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh kepada semua yang ada di sini. Terlebih dahulu saya mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih lah for semua datang ke sini, especially the teachers who came today, this morning. I know this week is school holiday. Even though my kids say to me, Dad, bila nak pergi cuti masih ada kat sini, masih kerja lagi. So really appreciate semua yang datang ke sini today to meluangkan masa to understand a little bit more about the accountancy profession and how the accountancy profession can help students and student leaders, your pupil, to have a better career, better life, better future, and hopefully a better Malaysian in time to come. Maybe I will start my journey of how do I connect myself to the accounting, the accounting profession. Actually, is by a mistake. I didn't know that accountancy is what I want to do. So bila I graduated, because during that time opportunities is not much. My parents are just my mother is a housewife, very hardworking housewife. My father works in a club, in a company, in a steel company. So exposure on accountancy doesn't come that naturally. So it's by mistake suddenly I stumble into taking accountancy as a profession. And who has actually encouraged me to do accountancy is people like you, the teachers, the lecturers. Has actually inspired me to become, accountancy, because they have shown that accountancy has good career prospect. Like me, I think so, and also most of us, we do not come from a rich family, and the only way to come out from where we are right now to a better life is through education. And accountancy has actually transformed, most of us to better career prospect. So the whole journey comes in terms of being and looking at my teachers, my lecturers in your universities. They inspire me to do better. So the whole engagement today between ACCA and MIA is basically to talk to you about what accountancy has, what the role as cikgu-cikgu di sekolah can do to making sure that accountancy is very attractive. The opportunity of being an accountant is great because we understand that teachers are someone that the kids respect. Until right now, I see my teacher, I respect them wholeheartedly because they have actually contributed to where I am today. So this whole journey in terms of accountancy is about engagement with the teachers to let you know what are the opportunities that we have in accountancy to make accountancy more attractive, so that teachers that you are right now are able to explain to your students in terms of what career development one can have. And accountancy, inshallah, have already helped me in a greater way towards getting a better career and engaging with a lot of people.
Thank you. I think until today, students are, we find that teachers are definitely, a key influencer and a motivator for students. So it's inspiring to hear that many years ago, teachers, it continued to play a role after so many years. So may I ask Datuk Zaiton to share her journey?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Whenever I give career talk, either to students or in crowds like this, I always start with this. I'm the daughter of a taxi driver, and I'm very proud of it. My father may not be rich, but he invested in my education. And I grew up in Singapore, actually, and it's a very competitive environment. After Form 4, there we do our O-levels in Form 4. You have three choices. Either you go to science, arts, or commerce. I chose commerce because I'm very interested in business and finance. And I chose the ACCA, and I did my ACCA here though, because my parents came back to Malaysia, and I did my ACCA in UiTM, entirely in UiTM, tak pernah pergi overseas pun. And that's why I feel UiTM is a marvelous institution that can produce a lot of professional Bumi Putra through the vision of one man, Tan Sri Ashayu. So what ACCA has done for my career, it has enabled me to go into various fields which are of course all finance related. I haven't opened a restaurant because I cannot cook. I think if you open a restaurant, you must be able to cook yourself. So if you're a cook lari, you can still manage, So I haven't done that. But other than that, finance-related fields, I have gone from audit into fund management, into banking, starting up and running a rating agency for 8 years, and now doing my own business, and sitting on boards. So the good thing about accountancy is, ladies and gentlemen, we are very lakuan. There's no such thing as retire. After you retire, people still look for you, as professional accountant to sit on boards and so on and so forth. And I always believe that teachers are a very big influencer. My parent, as a taxi driver, my mother is a housewife, mana lah nak guide I. They don't even know what I was doing. All they know is I study hard. But it was my teachers who actually guided me what to take. And I think you all have a very large impact. In fact, whenever I meet students, I tanya, what made you choose ACCA? Oh, cikgu account, cikgu prinsip account, or cikgu counselling yang influence. And I think as teachers, something that you are good in is inspiring your students. Because you see, when you talk of accountancy, mula dia cakap boring, tengok nombor je. Tapi what you can do is to show them that with accounts, they can actually drive fancy cars. And we're going to do that. We're going to come up with advertisements in the papers and show that people with accounting background actually can lead very interesting life. And then of course they say have to work hard, right? Accountant have to work hard. In fact, I got this from someone who told me the other day, accountants have to work hard, balik lambat. Go back late. So I said, at least they go back. Doctors don't go back at all because they are on 24-hour call, When you're at home, you know, somebody want to give birth, you cannot say, hang on, let me have my dinner first. You have to run. Accountants, once your job of the day is done, yeah. So I think these days people want the, you know, easy way out. But whatever comes easy is not worth it. What is worth it comes with a lot of hard work. I would not say difficult, but it's a lot of hard work. And I think as teachers, you have a very big influence on the students actually. I agree with President Johan that the students look up to you. You know, giving them that kind of advice. The prospect in Malaysia is very, very good. 60,000 vacancies in future. Right now we only have 30,000 accountants, and we need to double that. Yeah, so I think it's a tremendous opportunity, I think you all are very, very important in playing that role.
Thank you, Dr. Zaiton. So again, we look at the teachers to be inspiring the students. But I think accountancy, as Dr. Zaiton said, hard work. But everything is hard work, right? Every subject, every profession is hard work. It is about inculcating the interest that accountancy is not boring. And that's the that's one of the messages, the opportunities that we want to take, you know, to the students, telling them what accountancy can hold for them. So may I ask Nuraini to share her journey?
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all. Firstly, I just wanted to see, echo what all these esteemed panelists are talking about this influence of the teachers on the students to take accountancy as a profession. For me personally, who actually influenced me to take accountancy is actually Tan Sri Azman Hashim. Why? It's because I saw him as a successful entrepreneur in the 1980s, and I wanted to be successful, and I was ambitious. So what I did was actually to take a professional accounting course, and I've taken ACCA as that profession. In terms of my career journey, I've been in Petronas for the past 20 years. And prior to Petronas, I was actually working at an audit firm for about 3 years. I worked in Bumi Putra Merchant Bankers, Maybank Finance, as well as Bank Bumi Putra. So I have done both finance and non-finance work, and as what Encik Johan as well as Datuk Zaiton has mentioned, I've also worked in, accounting profession is actually very laku. You can work in finance and non-finance areas. For me personally, I've done, of course, accounting work. I've done operations, I've done risk, I've done marketing, I've done planning, and all sorts of other, things. And I've also sat on boards to be able to contribute to the board that I've sat on. In terms of what you call this other roles that I play in Petronas, I'm also the finance skill group advisor. What it means is that I actually take care of the students as well as the personnel in finance in Petronas, and I also do recruitment for finance personnel in Petronas. In terms of priority, what we're looking for, like say, between a degree holder and a professional accountant, definitely a professional accountant will actually stand much higher in terms of priority, in terms of recruitment. And another priority that we actually look at is, besides the professional qualification, if you have experience at the audit firm. So these are the things I believe that the teachers should actually impart to the students, that a degree is not enough. You have to have a professional qualification. If you actually want to actually excel in your career and also work in a big organization, you must have a professional qualification. Because in terms of priority, as I mentioned just now, we actually go for the professional accountants first. If we do not have enough, then we actually go for the graduates. So the professional accountants has a degree of stature in terms of employment. So please inform your students that, and please influence them so that they take the professional accountancy qualification and pursue the professional qualification, and if possible to join Petronas. Yeah? Okay.
Thank you, Nuraini. You are strong, you can see very strong advocating professional qualification. Yeah, and Nuraini is also walks the talk all the time. I know with her. And so she started the debate, right, going on professional qualification as academic qualification. I honestly believe they both complement each other. And but however, I would like to ask the panelists, in your views, You know, for the benefit of the audience here, I'm sure some of you are asking, what's the difference? Yeah, what are the skills and competencies that differentiates someone who's professionally qualified and just going to a degree and stopping there? Yeah. So can I ask you, in your view, what is the difference between an academic degree and a professional qualification in relation to accountancy, and why is it so important today?
As I mentioned earlier, in terms of employment, what we see is that people with professional accounting qualification have the technical edge. And what also differentiates them further, if they actually work at an audit firm, is their leadership skills. And also what I have mentioned earlier is that there will be vast career opportunities for people with what you call this professional accounting qualification. As an example, in Petronas, all our top leaders have got professional accounting qualification. For finance, I'm talking about the VPs, as well as the SGMs, as well as the GMs. 100% of the SGMs of finance are professionally qualified accountants in Petronas. 90% of the GMs are professional accountancy qualified professionals, and about 80% of the senior managers. So you can see that we actually advocate that the personnel actually pursues the professional qualification, and we do value and we do see the difference in terms of performance, and that's why they are where they are at this point in time in terms of their career in Petronas. And we have about a population of about 1,000 finance personnel in Petronas, and we have about 270 personnel with a professional qualification in Petronas, and we have another about 220 people pursuing professional qualification either at the audit firms or in Petronas itself. So we hope to target to get about 40% of our personnel to be professional accountants in Petronas. So I can see in the future, for you to work in Petronas, you must have a professional qualification, otherwise you will not have a place in Petronas.
I echo that quite clearly. I think so. The whole purpose for today's discussion is to talk to you all as pemangkin teachers, to encourage students on the accountancy profession, because secondary school is where it is before they decide when they go to universities which course that they have. And also you must talk to the students, especially when we finish your Form 3, PMR, you are streamed towards art stream and science stream. And every time, because I have a daughter, she's taking an art stream. So every time kita jumpa dia, say that, what stream, or adik-beradik tanya, what stream are you taking? Quietly, she says, arts. When I see someone else who say, son or daughter say that, what stream are you taking? Well, I'm taking science stream. This is the perception. That doesn't mean that the art stream is any inferior than the science stream. The art stream has accountancy in there, which is very, very sought after. That's why I talk to my daughter to say that, please make sure that, accountancy will enhance you. There is a lot of things, there's a lot of future doing an accountant. I mean, as what Datuk Zaiton and also the President of ACCA mentioned, Malaysia wants to have 60,000 professional accountants. Okay, let's look at accountancy, from the very beginning. You choose accountancy degree. Accountancy degree is not enough. What we want you to choose is to make sure that after they take up an accountancy degree, they will pursue their profession, professional accountancy, taking up the ACCA or other professional accountancy subject. This is basically dictated in market. So it's more importantly to attract the top students, because some of the students will come and see you and say that, Cikgu, okay, this is my result. What should I do? Give them career option. Talk to them. You can always be a doctor, you can always be an engineer. And the other option is accountancy. There's a lot of people who are not in art stream but in science stream take up accountancy. Our minister, Datuk Sri Wahid, he's a science, but later on he went and do his professional exams.
So there is a lot of opportunity. Malaysia needs 60